what have you seen from Florida's offense on tape, quarterback Graham Mertz?
Yeah, they got a good squad over there, man. They got a couple experienced guys. They got a couple young, explosive guys. I'm mostly speaking to like their wide receiver room, but they're a good team. It's our SEC. You know, everywhere you go, you're gonna play real big boy football. So you know, they're not a team that we're taking lightly. We're gonna go about our process every day the same way, and you know, play our game.
This team's talked a lot about the motto being to win the East. This is obviously the first opportunity to get a step closer to achieving that. Just talk about the opportunity you guys have ahead of yourselves.
Yeah, it's the same opportunity every week, man. It's opportunity to go 1-0, and you know, hype toss to us, and the goal isn't to be the best team in the country. The goal is to be the best team on the field every Saturday. So this Saturday is just another opportunity to do that. We know what playing at the Swamp is like. You know, it's a rough environment, but we're ready for it. We practice, we prepare for these things. So it's just another opportunity to show what Tennessee football is. You know?
Warren, you played down Gainesville twice in your career. What do you recall about those experiences, and for players or your teammates maybe haven't been down there? What do you tell them to expect?
Yeah, man. The SEC away games, anywhere you go, it's a hostile environment. You know, everybody in those playing DB. You know, of course, everybody in those stands are rooting for you for something bad to happen. You know, for you. So it's about whatever you go into those other environments, about staying mentally where you are. So locking in on what you practice, what you worked on, because we worked on these things. Every moment that comes on Saturday, we've repped thousands of times at practice. So don't get out of the game plan. Keep your head in it and play your game.
Go to Adam and Vince.
You get the fumble recovery on the left punt the other day. How do you think the rugby style works? Why do you think it's effective?
Man, I think it's effective because we got the best punter in the country. Jackson Ross, man, that guy is crazy. He can put the ball anywhere. I know y'all hear Eck talk about him. He's not joking. So that is him, man. He puts in a great spot, man. We do what we're taught to do. And, good things like that happen when you do what you're supposed to do. So that's all it is.
You guys are number one in sacks in the country, number one in tackles for loss. How much are you seeing that pass rush really help the back end of the defense?
Oh yeah, it always goes hand in hand. There's coverage sacks and then there's just sacks. So those guys, man, them putting pressure on that QB makes our job a lot easier. I'd much rather have to cover for 2 seconds than 6. So having those guys up there, man, is nothing better for real.
Ben?
Warren, I imagine with different situations you have different techniques that you all use as defensive backs, but for the most part, y'all taught to kind of read the eyes of the receiver and kind of prepare for when that football going to get there by looking at their hands and kind of rip it out when the ball does get there.
Yeah. What's your question? Like if we?
Just kind of like just the technique that y'all are taught to use.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of it's a toolbox. They Coach Nez, Coach Banks, all the other coaches, they do a great job of giving us options, and because it's different people, different receivers, like to do different things. So not one thing is going to work for everybody. So they do a good job of giving us options, but at the same time, we know where our feet are supposed to go, where our hands are supposed to go. So it's the same, but it's different for whoever you go against. But it's the main thing, man, is confidence, man. You can't line up there without believing you're going to win the rep. So that's the main thing that they kind of instill in us. And so, whoever it is, man, we're going to do our job.
Looks like they really target Pearsall on offense an awful lot. How important is he going to be aware of where he is in different spots in their offense?
Oh yeah. He's a good receiver. Knowing where he is at all times, that's something that's important to us, of course. But as I said, man, we're going in there to play our game. It's about us. It's not necessarily about any other team on the field. We do what we're supposed to do to the best of our ability, man. We'll get the results we want from them. So that's it.
Maybe a few more, Ben.
Warren, how would you assess the play of the secondary as a whole through these first 2 games?
I'd say very well. I mean, of course, there's still things we need to clean up. It's the beginning of the season. We got a long season ahead of us, so we got time to fix these things. But, man, the main thing I look at is our energy and, our mental state, our confidence when we go out there and play. And, man, that's been great. So, it's fun playing with these guys, man. I can't wait to suit up with them on Saturday. Man, it's always good, man. I mean, it's just the details, you know. As I said, you know, we have a toolbox. Not everybody's the same as far as how we play, but you know, it's the details and things. You know, it's taking the right step here. You know, maybe our eyes are in the wrong place at a certain time. It's the little things, man. It's really about just doing it consistently. You know, because they're easy fixes.